I guess, you always hear about the male ego, and you always hear about male ego. Not that you always hear about it, but there's the male ego in construction. And so you're giving this criticism to these gentlemen, you're giving criticism, constructive criticism to these women as well. How is the differences between them receiving it? So, and the way that I'm seeing this is, and this is just my thought process, because I've been in this seat before where I've had to give constructive criticism to a male on a site, just from my experiences when I was in construction management. And the response that you get can be so fueled and back up, and all of a sudden relationships shut down. So I'm wondering, in the management position, not just even with your team, but with your trades or your other consultants that you have to work with, when you're as a female in a position or authority position, how are you giving this constructive criticism, knowing that they're either men or women, there's these different egos that you have to kind of tiptoe around? And do you see the differences between men and women and their egos?
So that's actually a really good question. And I think the answer might surprise anybody who's not been in the industry for too many years yet. But my experience, whether it's dealing with someone in the office, or for all the times I've been on site, going to site meetings, dealing with guys on the slab, solving problems at the drawing table in the construction office, it very quickly becomes irrelevant that I'm a woman. Very quickly. And I want to, if there's one thing I want to tell young women, just starting out in this industry, this is not unique to me. If you lead with your brain, because all of us on this call have to remember that whether you're still in university or college, or you're new in your career, you have to remember how many guys, and Colin, I see there's a guy on the call, so I'm not bashing guys, but we're here talking about women, so I appreciate him being here. But we need to appreciate that we were in environments, probably in university or college, where we were smarter than a lot of these guys. And that's because we are just who we are. That's our brains are set up to be who we are. And we're successful because of what our brains are, not because we have long hair and our physiques are different. So my experience has been very positive since I've been here. Within every time I went on a new construction site, you would get a couple of sideways glances, just because, yes, you are different. But as soon as you start communicating with any of these men, mostly men and women, you're respectful, you're coming from a place of knowledge, you're coming up from a place of problem solving, and you're coming from a place of helping them move the project forward. Within, I would say, 2 meetings, it is completely irrelevant that you're actually different. So I have not had a bad experience. I've had only positive experience. And probably the icing on the cake for that is there are always some very uncomfortable, tense moments on site. And frankly, as a woman, with the softness that we can impart in a conversation, the understanding that we can put into communication in a difficult situation, sometimes that can turn that conversation, dial it down, just because we have a different way of communicating in a stressful situation. So I would say I've found very little difference, and I've actually found it to be an advantage sometimes to be a woman on site.